When we first came into the account, Microsoft had communicated to us that they really needed to get a handle on what end users are doing related to printing. They had communicated to us that printing was identified as a primary concern by end users.
So about a year ago, we decided to create a print service at Microsoft to really raise the level of service we can offer to our end users. And so last year was really a year of building. It was a year of getting in the latest digital technology, swapping out old devices where possible, and then distributing out devices around the hallways so folks had a better print experience.
So one of the goals of our organization was to come in and take a look at printing at Microsoft on a global scale. What is it that we can do as a services organization to assist Microsoft in achieving their printing goals?
Part of that was to make sure we had the machines up and running all the time. And the key enabling technology that let us do that was proactive online monitoring.
Centerware Web is used by our service organization that helps us service the corporate managed printers here on Microsoft, and that's Xerox, and basically allows us to proactively monitor the devices and open service requests for issues that happen.
Right now we're monitoring mostly U.S. field sites and the main Redmond campus with Centerware Web. Some of those field sites include Silicon Valley, North Carolina, Las Colinas.
We're monitoring about 750 devices on campus. What we're actually doing now is doing a global deployment of Centerware Web, so we can monitor devices all over the world from one or two central locations, depending on how we work it all out, what topology-wise.
About 2 weeks ago, we started monitoring Toronto as well, and actually next week we're going to start monitoring a couple sites in Japan.
When we first took over the service, when there was really no proactive monitoring at all, people wouldn't be able to use a print device, and they would go and try to use another print device, and that wouldn't work, and they would try to find a print device that was working, and it'd be hard for them. And now they don't really have that problem. And if a device goes down, maybe one or two users are impacted before it gets fixed versus a whole group or a whole section of a building.
One of the interesting things that we do at this account that might seem kind of odd, being Xerox and all, is that we support any manufacturer's print devices, which includes HP's, Lexmark, Xerox products.
A company the size of Microsoft is obviously going to have a number of different vendor imaging devices on campus. So one of our requirements to Xerox, we were very clear about this, is they had to work with our existing vendor base. They had to be able to support, monitor, and service those devices as if they were their own. Because at the end of the day, the user just wants to get something printed, and they don't necessarily care whose device it is they're printing to. So again, Xerox was great about coming in, understanding our situation, and then providing a turnkey approach for us to monitor and manage all those devices.
Part of our setting up this whole project is that Xerox worked hand in hand with our help desk service organization, which is a third-party vendor, and set up a process so that now we don't just use Xerox personnel to take care of these devices. We use personnel from both vendors.
We are in a very unique environment. We're dealing with software that's on the cutting edge. The relationship that we have with our development teams requires that we develop product at the speed of Microsoft.
One of the things that we really value from the service organization is the support for unreleased products. At Microsoft, we're always dogfooding, we're running on beta software at any given time, and we need support from the service organization to provide the services and the drivers for the hardware to operate in that environment.
We have a really strong relationship with Microsoft ITG. One of the things that we're doing now currently is to pre-certify equipment that they're interested in putting on their network.
They screen out products that may not be right for our environment. And that way it saves us time. We don't have to take 2 to 3 weeks to determine that this isn't the right fit.
We can actually increase the level of service to our customers and to our end users without increasing corresponding full-time employee headcount on my team, which is amazing. And we can actually increase service and not increase the headcount needed to support that service. Going forward, we're excited for Centerware Web for a couple of reasons. First of all, obviously, the .NET vision to us is key, and we're super excited that Xerox is actually buying into this vision and developing on top of that.
With plans to port this application to the Microsoft .NET platform, there are all types of opportunities available to us in the future. One of the things that I could see happening is with the messaging capabilities that we'll develop, we'll be able to direct Xerox service personnel to specific problems efficiently and effectively.
What's made Xerox Global Services successful here at Microsoft is that they understand our needs. I can give them the vision, I can tell them where I want to be in 6 months, and they provide how we're going to get there and solutions that will actually fulfill those needs. For me, that's the key for a turnkey operation. I want to be able to give them where we want to get to, then I want them to go figure out how to make it happen. Because frankly, I don't want to develop those core competencies in people on my team. I want somebody who's done it before to come in and do it right for us.